Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. Sorry, there's a little technical difficulties. I had to update the X app real quick, and then it started to work. But anyway, it is Tuesday, November 26th. Let's see what's going to happen right here on our short week. The heat map switched over, mostly kind of flat. Nvidia's up, Amazon's up. We'll go through them really quick, see what's happening. But let's get rocking and rolling real quick since we're a little late. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Here we go. Let's check it out. See what the SPY's up to. Our big caps real quick. The SPY is up $1.26 to 598 this morning. Let me see how this bad boy looks. It curled through and it did go up, so they are looking good at the moment. And yeah, the SPY does look pretty solid. Let's go through our big caps real quick, see what they look like. Nvidia, let's see what the Mag 7's doing. Nvidia's back up, and I think it did kind of bottom. Like I said, they were coming down, touching them support lines down there or making support lines, which Nvidia just did because that one was not there last night. So it just made a nice support line right there, but they were coming down to that 50 or the 50 in that new support line are meeting anyway. And the other ones were doing the exact same thing and then starting to curl back up. So they were just pulling back a little bit, and that's what Nvidia was doing. So we can expect them to start moving again. And like I said, after this week, I think we're going to see them booming. Obviously Thursday being Thanksgiving. So that is Nvidia, and let's take a look at Apple and see what that's doing this morning. That is up 233. It's up 36 cents this morning, and it's looking real good. And I would watch for that resistance right around that 235 area. So another $2 or so to go, and it's going to hit some resistance up on Apple. Google, GOOG, that's up 5 cents. And like I was saying, this one came down, it went past the 50 and hit the 200 actually, but it looks like it's going to try to make a base and the other day, the 22nd was the low right there at 165 or at 169. We'll keep an eye on Google, see what it wants to do today. And Amazon, AMZN, let's see that. It's up 55 cents. And I'm telling you, this thing's about to start curling back up and get cruising again. It's going to jump back up on that 20. It has a good support down here at 196, and it barely touched it. It did get down there to 196.75 on the 22nd, so last Friday. And Amazon's looking good to get moving again. And like I said, they look like they're just kind of setting up this week. And then next week, they'll probably be taking off. The one you want to take a look at, I'm definitely going to be looking at it, is Meta. It's at 566 and it is curling up. It's looking good. That bottom's at 549. So, and again, it's at 566 and Meta. I don't know what the hell Zuck has going on over there, Zuckerberger, but dude's got something happening because I'm telling you, Meta looks like it wants to get cruising really soon. Just watch for any dips right there. And Meta is looking really good. It's been setting up, you could tell. And Microsoft is looking good. It's up 36 cents. And this one actually might pop right up there and run up to its resistance at 430. It's at 419.15 right now. So Microsoft looking pretty good. And of course, Tesla, TSLA, that's back up a little bit. And it's probably going to roll off the MACD. And I'm surprised Bitcoin and them, they came through and went down. So they're down pretty heavy this morning. Crypto, we'll hit that right now since we just did our Mag 7. Let's just jump right into our crypto real quick. But yeah, the Mag 7's not looking bad. Like I said, mostly kind of flat. And then Nvidia, Meta, Amazon, Tesla all are green on there now. Apple's up a little, Microsoft's up. So they all are looking good. And the SPY is still up. It was up over $1.53. It's up $1.53, cross through and looking good. So maybe it runs up a little more and pulls back some Friday or something, but it's just setting up to get really good. It could run right up into the top and just keeps and stay up there like basically PLTR and Sophie have been. So the SPY could do it. It hasn't done it in a really long time. It's just been like up in the top and comes right out real quick. But that one, when the market's hot, it could stay up there. So let's look at our crypto because again, it didn't do so well last night. Bitcoin's back to 92,400. And I had drawn up the map and it was hitting the thing last night and it came through when I woke up this morning. So it didn't do it by like midnight, but it did it after midnight. It crossed through and came down, and they always like to pull them down in the middle of the night, so you're not looking at it. And so yeah, Bitcoin is coming back down right there, so it's going to be dipping a little. Ripple's down like 12 cents to 134. Solana's down to 228. Cardano's down to 90. Doge is at 37. And what else? Sheeb is down a little bit right there. So yeah, they did kind of have a nice little pullback. I'm sure Bonk is down. They're all pretty much down right now. So actually, it don't even show me what Bonk's doing. That's odd. Unless I hit the wrong thing there. I gotta now look because that was weird. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Bonk is down. So yeah, they're all crypto is definitely pulled back. And again, we were looking at it yesterday. It's been way up there, so you can assume MicroStrategy and them bad boys are probably pulling back right there. And that's why I say you can't play with them bad boys when they're way at the top like they've been. And MSTR, let's see, it's down $19 this morning, and that's coming down to the line. We'll have to see if it's going to roll off, and it'll obviously depend on if Bitcoin starts to make a little base right here and curl right back up. And it easily could. Like I said, it needed to make room. So I'll be watching crypto today to see what that wants to do and updating that for sure. But yeah, MicroStrategy is down right there. And that is Bitcoin is down. Our big caps are up. And let's look at our Jolie's jumpers and see what's going on this morning. Let me hop in here real quick and see what's going on. Here we go. I know I sent them out earlier. I have all these links for shows that wouldn't work, but here we go. Agrify, AGFY. That one is at 45.34. We were talking about it, and I said it was way at the top, but like I said, I made a video of it right when it split back in the beginning of October, and the thing was down at like $2 area, and it's at 45 right now. So AGFY, it's been running up there. It's way at the top, but nothing that you really want to mess with at this point. ANTX, this was definitely on our laptop lowdown list. ANTX, AN2 Therapeutics. This has been running up. Another one, it's in the top there, ANTX. So not one that you really want to be chasing. But we were looking at it way down here at the dollar or 97, and it's up at 145. It's at 129 right now. So it did run up today. Let me see. Yep, today is the 20. No, it's not even today. That's the 25th date. So that's yesterday. So it's not even showing me today's look. But yesterday it was moving. I'll have to keep an eye on it. It could continue to move up a little bit. It looks like it could stay in the top. You got to keep an eye on that. It's not doing anything at the moment. ATIP, another one that we were looking at. That one looks like let me just see on mine because I like to look at the setup on the FinViz and then actually really look at it on mine. But yeah, this one is yesterday's date, so it's been running up. It ran up Friday and it ran yesterday 183 to $2, and it's sitting at 184, and it still doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. We'll have to see what it's going to do. It's about to hit that line. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it's hitting that line, about to cross through. So keep an eye on that ATIP. And BITO, that's that Bitcoin ETF, is probably pulled back 60 cents. It is. And it was in the top there. And I was saying you have to be careful. So here you go. And this is why I don't chase them, because at any given moment they can look great. And then you wake up and they're pulling back pretty good. And then you have to wait for them to get back up there. And if you have options, you're gonna have to probably get burned unless you got them way out. But the way I've been doing it, my little method, that's why I've been very, very I would say nitpicky about which ones I'm doing, and just making sure I know they're going where I want them to, and not playing with anything at the top because it's like playing with fire up there. And you can see why. BLNK, this one's at 162. It started rolling up yesterday, and it looks like it's going to continue its way up. That blink charging, and it did it. It's curling up there real good, 156 to 170. And this morning it's just sitting at 164. So blink, BLNK, not looking bad. BTCS, and this one was pulling back, and it's going to it's a capital market. It has something to do with crypto, and you probably keep an eye on these because this started to pull back before crypto actually did, and some of them were kind of giving that look like they definitely wanted to move back, and they are tied into crypto at some point somehow. So something to keep an eye on in the future, just as a little indicator, I would say. So CLRO, clear one. This one was CLRO. That's an interesting one off the bottom there. You can tell it was jumping somewhere. It jumped up yesterday, it looks like. It ran 51 to 78, probably in the after hours. Then this morning it opened at 61 and came down to 45. So it looks like it did it in the after hours because FinViz only has it at 60, 46 to 48 and doesn't have anything for the after hours. So that was definitely an after hours runner. And then this morning just kind of moved around there. But that's CLRO. And let's look at that DJT real quick. Trump media just pulling back a little bit. It's coming up to that line, so expect it to bounce around. But I'm telling you, this thing's going to get cruising very, very soon. And yeah, it's just setting up. You can already see it happening, and that bad boy is going to get moving. Drug is on drugs. It's up 439 today. We thought it was curling back up yesterday, and it did. It jumped right back up there, and this thing is on drugs. I'm telling you, it's wild. So 35 to 44 this yesterday. It started running, and it's going to move some more. They actually have their earnings coming up December 10th. I can imagine they're going to blow them through the water, blow them out of the water because the way this thing's been running up and actually stayed in the 40s is pretty impressive right there. So yeah, drug is a wild one. So we'll keep an eye on that. It is curling back up. That DXYZ is pulling back, exactly what I was talking about, why you didn't want to chase it up there the other day. And it's back down 222. And like I said, I'm looking for it around that $32 area. It's at 41, but anywhere's in that area, it's going to be a great price because it's going to be popping off and you're going to see 60, 70, 80, 90 on this with no problem. And it's an ETF, so it will get cruising right there. And that is that DXYZ and EOSE. Let's look at that EOS Energy Enterprise. That was moving in the last few days. EOSE. Oh, EOSE, here we go. And it was running up the last few days. This morning, it's just at 280 and pulled back. But yesterday, 271 to 285 and not looking real bad there. So you keep an eye on that EOSE. It's not looking too bad. And Hut, this one's probably pulling back. You up $1.03. And again, another one at the top. We were saying you got to be careful with it. And here you go. It's probably going to cross through, come down, and then there are going to be great opportunities for when everything sets back up. And maybe it'll be back after Thanksgiving break. So IDAI T stamp, just looking at it, weren't we? Literally just had it on. I know we just went over this bad boy, and it's popped up yesterday and today. Yeah, today's the 26th, but yeah, it ran up 25 to 31 yesterday, 17 to 24. And I know we were just looking at it, IDAI T stamp, and that's another one. And it looks like it has some momentum to try to get into that top right there. So keep an eye on that bad boy this morning. KULR, that ran up yesterday. We were talking about it. It's at 75 cents. It looks like it could stay in the top, but again, I wouldn't be chasing it up here. You just don't know. And this morning it did run up a little higher, 81 to 103, and it's back to 75. So that was probably its top right there. And that is KULR. And again, FinViz just shows me this morning at 75.37. It opened at 76. I don't even know it went to $1 on FinViz. So um, yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's that far off, considering that Webull is that popular and things are moving at 4 a.m. And then it doesn't even give you the accurate thing going in. It shows you at 7, but it's like you have no idea what just happened. So you don't even know it ran up. It looks like it wants to stay up there. And then when you look at the real price, you're like, oh, it already ran up. I got to be careful with that. So I'm just explaining what you have to look at and things that you got to be really paying attention to because these things really matter, and that's why I point them out all the time. Because if you're looking at charts and things are setting up, and I'm even paying for the FinViz Elite, so I expect it to be perfect and all and be accurate, and it's not. It's really not even close anymore, and yeah, it'll screw up what you're looking at. So if it wasn't for TrendSpider, we'd be kind of beat because that thing has been on the money, and that's where all these poppers are coming from because I can see them easily on there. I can't see them like I used to on FinViz. It's changed completely. And again, this is part of what I've been talking about. You got to keep up with the trends and constantly pivot. I've used FinViz for 20 years. Over 20 years I've used it. I think I've used it for at least the last decade. I've used it for a long, long time. Let's put it that way. Even the stock charts, probably when they've come out, I've probably been using them. I don't know how long they've been out for, but I've been using them for a long, long time. And yeah, it's just not really working anymore. So you can tell you have to keep up with things and constantly be on top of it and pivoting, because if not, you will be left behind. Because again, you'll be buying these things and they've already run up at 4 a.m. and they're pulling back and they look great on FinViz. And I'm paying for the elite service, so I'm paying to have the right pre-market hour prices, and they're not there, nor are the charts set up. So it's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you, because then I have to walk over to TrendSpider and say, yeah, here you go. This is the actual what's going on. Here's another one that's probably doing the same thing with possibly LAES. Yesterday, this bad boy ran up 50 to 69, and this morning it's 48 to 57. And here we are. We're at 50 cents on here, and it says it opened at 53 and it's low as 50. I have no idea what it even did. It ran up. You can't even tell what it's doing. And again, just not accurate charting here. So that's why I'm just kind of pointing it out, because I talk about, and you can see what charts I use. And that's why the trend spider, I have to have it. I like to look at two of them, and then I know that my trend spider, I can trust it. So that's what we're looking at here. And that's why it's just been more difficult and taking me longer, because both of these charts are just completely different. And I'm just like, what the heck is it? It's gotten worse and worse as the weeks have gone on with FinViz. It's like they're just like lagging behind. And like I said, I even reached out to them. So I'm gonna follow up with them and see what's going on here, because it's really not even worth having the elite service, to be honest with you. It's terrible. And I don't even remember what it costs, but it still costs something every year, and it's not doing anything. So it's pointless at this point. I might as well have it 15 minutes behind, because it's already like an hour. It's 3 hours behind, so it's not even close. LUNR anyway, just frustrated. It's just annoying. I'm trying to blast through these things, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's the chart, and then all of a sudden it's not what it looks like, and it's just frustrating to try to do it and see that it's completely different. And you pay for something that's supposed to be right, and it's completely wrong. I mean, it's like every single example is wrong now. So, yeah, I'm definitely reaching out to them again today and saying if they're going to change it. If not, I'm be like, yeah, I can't even use your service anymore. It's useless to me. So anyway, let's keep cruising here. Lunar, like I said, I could use the free service and be 15 minutes behind. It would make no difference. All I got to do is see the setup, and 15 minutes ain't mattering to me on this thing. So LUNR, let's go. It's down 18 cents, and it looks like, again, I can't really tell. It's just driving me nuts. 1450, because this one's completely, yeah, it's 1450, 1452 to 1476, but that doesn't show me what it ran around to at all, so I have no idea. And yeah, just as 1460. If you don't know where it's moving to or what direction things are going, they're very hard to figure out. And I'll be pointing this stuff out as I do a few more videos, and I was explaining, getting into more stuff. But yeah, I want to explain how you can look at the charts and see them run. And again, I've used these FinViz ones my whole life that I've been doing this. And now all of a sudden, now that everything moves at 4 a.m., they're just not even like they're just not, you can't use them anymore. And it's a shame, because they were the really good service. And I like both of them, honestly. I like them both. I stopped using stock charts completely. So that's how good these trend spiders are. And yeah, it's just amazing. But on TrendSpider, this bad boy on my end, this LUNR does not look too bad. I'll have to keep an eye on it today to see if it wants to roll back up. It could be pulling back because it's been at the top, so I'd be careful. But it could run back up there. If it does, it would be a decent little pop up there. Anyway, LVTX, let's see. LVTX 161. It's not moving there. LVTX. And that is yesterday, so that one is not moving, but that one's setting up because it was running Friday and didn't did not do too bad yesterday. 163 to 166. It's at 160, so it held itself right there, and it's not looking bad right there. MDAI, I know we were looking at this bad boy, and it ran up there. I saw it this morning, or at least yesterday it was. I know yesterday. Yeah, it ran up this morning too. Yesterday it did run up 128 to 135, and then this morning it was up there 138 to 141, and that's where it's at, and it looks pretty good. And we were just talking about that one looking good. NVNI, here we go. That one looks like it might be pulling back. Let me see on my end. It probably looks totally different. Yeah, it does. Yesterday, or that was Friday and yesterday's day. So yesterday this went 82 to 87, and it's sitting at 86 right now. I guess it maybe it pulled back in the after hour. This one actually, FinViz might be more accurate because this one doesn't show anything for the pullback, and this one does say it's pulling back at 74. So NVNI might be pulling back, and we'll have to take a look at that one. ONCO, Onco. I know we looked at this one recently. It was curling up. Let's see what it's doing here. It ran up a little yesterday. No, it pulled back actually. These 110 to 79, and it was at, yeah, this thing looks like it's actually just setting up. This one might be a great one to keep an eye on right here. ONCO, ONCO. Look at that today. That one looks really good right there. PDYN. Let's see that bad boy. That one's pulling back, and it was running up. Now you can watch for a little bounce and see if it wants to bounce back up into the top. It hasn't gotten out, at least according to here. Let me look. PDYN. Oh, let me write the right thing in. PDYN. Here we go. And yeah, you can look for a little bounce. I'm not sure it's going to do it, but it's stuck in the top right there, so it could, but I'm not guaranteeing you. But if it does start to bounce, you know it'll move back up a little bit real quick. It'll be a quick play. QMCO. Let's see that one. Here you go. Here's your ONCO chart. Thanks, Laptop Travel, because that one's a beauty. I'm telling you, that one's setting up right there and getting ready to move. QMCO to Quantum Corp. That one ran up yesterday. Another one pulling back in the top, but these ones have been able to stay up there. So I'll look at this one today and see what it wants to do. Let me check it out on mine. Yeah, that one's pretty accurate. And you know what it is? It's these big caps are pretty accurate, but the little ones, because they're on Webbull, Webull, and people are trading them so much, they're just all over the place. But if that's what you're into and you like to trade them, then again, FinViz was a great tool, and now you can't use it at 4 a.m. because it's just not doing anything for you. So that's the issue with it. And most of the time, the Mag 7s aren't exactly being traded that heavily at 4 a.m. because the options don't necessarily start until the market really opens. You can't trade options even in the pre-market. So, but people do trade them, and they are moving, just not as much as these penny stocks. But again, you got to be able to look at like the charting and stuff, and that's why this stuff is so important. And I talk about it. What platforms are the best? Because without having knowing the best ones to look at, I think you're at a disadvantage if you know what you're looking at and the best ones, and they're accurate all the time, and you're confident with it. That's how you start crushing the market. And again, it's being confident with what you're looking at. And when they're jumping around like that, it throws you off. And that's why I was just like this morning, like, are you kidding me right now? Like they were way off on them. And again, they were the penny ones, but it should still be accurate. It shouldn't be that off. Rivian, we've known this one was running up. It's up to 1230. Boom, there you go. We were down here in like the $10 area. So knew that was going to get cruising for you, and bam, there you go at Rivian. Hope you took advantage of that one. What is that? RMSG. RMSG. Let's see. Real Messenger. We were looking at this recently. What's it doing? Because it had that real big dip. RMSG. Here we go. Yeah, it's just like sitting there today at 240, but it was up there on at like $20 on. This is that weird one. That's right. This is that weird one that just like kind of picked up. It stopped in September, and then all of a sudden on September 13th and then in November 20th, it just started to pick up. But yeah, it's way down there. Had that huge dip. I don't know what's going on with this thing. And I gotta look at it. RMSG. Someone I'll look that up and see what the heck it even did. And because it's an odd one. But guess what? It's starting to move now, and it could be a crazy runner. So we will keep an eye on it. RZLV. This one's looks like it's trying to get moving here. RZLV. That one is curling up right there. That bottom was the other day at 151. And this one is at 219 to 221 today. And it's looking pretty good. So keep your eye on that bad boy. That one's getting set up. And that Sezzle, what's that doing? That's at 458. And I think that's going to be pulling back down here, but it'll be setting up to get bullish. It just needs to make room. It's way up there. So keep an eye on that to pull back. And that STRL is Sterling Infrastructure. And this one looks like it's going to try to curl back into the top, according to that. Let me see. Maybe I can't really tell. Finviz looks like it wants to run. Mine saying it's kind of flat and not really wanting to run at 196.33. So I'll take a look at that as it opens up a little bit. And UAVS, we had looked at this before. I know it ran up yesterday. I remember I saw it. It ran from 358 to 623. It's at 550 right now. Let me see. 559. It ran up this morning actually too. 561 to 745. Again, don't even have a clue that it ran up today and completely messes up my look on the chart, UAVS. So yeah, it's just it's like crazy to me. And so yeah, it did run up this morning and it looked good. So you got that pop up and now it's at 559. So you're gonna be careful with it. And according to Finviz, you'd probably be buying it right now and get smacked with it because it's just it already just ran up at that 4 a.m. or in the pre-market. So again, that's why you have to have an accurate chart that tells you what's going on so you can see what's happening. Like VC, we VC'd this one yesterday. We were looking at it and it popped right up there today. And it looks like it ran up, but at least we knew. Yesterday it ran from 152 to 196, and we were looking at it at 199 to 288 this morning. That's at $2 at 199 again. So it did run up there. And again, these things are popping up early again and making them early runs. So WCT Well Change Holdings. This is that one that's new that looks like it's going to start moving again. And it bottomed out there at like 125 the other day. And yeah, this one looks like it's going to try to get cruising again. WCT. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And whoop, oh my goodness, I almost just knocked the phone out. XCUR, let's see that. That was popped up and it ran up like big time. We saw this one back in October, like way down here. And yesterday it ran up to like over $32, 24 to 32. And this morning it's sitting at 28 to 29. And where's it at? 26.69. So keep your eye on it. I definitely wouldn't be chasing that one either. It's way in the top, but we were super early on that as usual. And ZENA, I saw it on the scanner last night. Never mentioned it, but that one popped up this morning big time. It ran up like four something. I was just tired last night when we were getting done and I saw it. And but ZENA, I didn't think it was going to run up that much, but that one has like over 16 million in volume already. It's in the top, and that could be a nice little momentum play this morning. So ZENA did run up what 739 to 1678, and it's at 1082. So watch that bad boy to run around a little bit. And that is ZENA and our Joey's jumpers right there. Let me see what you guys want to look at real fast. And here we go. That's the VSEE chart. And here you go with the Viking VKTX. That was up this morning, up $3.13, and it was looking great. Laptop Travel said some huge news happening, and I'll repost it real quick. Let's see that RZ. Here's that chart, the RZLV and the Rivian. I'm telling you, they got 6 billion from Biden administration, so that popped. And again, that thing was setting up. You can tell we were what 2 or 3 weeks early. We just knew it was going to be running. And again, you see the news comes out, and we're way ahead. We got in at the bottom every time. So there you go with that. Um, There's the PDYN chart right there, and I did the ONCO one. That was a beauty right there. AMD is up in free market again, shot up another $1.22. So there you go. That was a gift the other day, and that keeps a cruising there. So um ALLR, let's see what that's up to real quick. We haven't looked at it. I know it had that gray earnings and it looks like it's trying to curl up. I'd keep an eye on this today. It looks kind of funky. Let me look on mine real quick. ALLR, I would look at this today. It looks like it wants to move a little bit, 127 to 129, and it's at that 129. That one could be popping up there. Investology right there. And boom, there you go. I'll have to grab the laptop lowdowns in a little bit and post them out and see what's going on because obviously, the link wasn't working this morning, which was a pain too. All kinds of technical difficulties. The FinViz charts don't want to work. I had to update the app. Holy cow, what a day already, but it's all good. And let's just see what the big caps are still doing. They're green. Everything looks good. So we're looking nice right there. I'll go through the scanner real quick, see what's happening. ID, IDAI, MSTZ. This thing's getting set up. We were talking about this bad boy, and this is the inverse MSTR daily. So it is up 13 cents over 12% this morning. And again, we've been looking at it and saying that MSTR was at that top. Zena's way up there. Oh, yeah, let's look at ELAB and see that reverse splits tomorrow. It's down some more. And yeah, I mean it's getting set up to run off that reverse split. So we have to see exactly where it I mean, usually they reverse split, they dilute and they run up. So I don't know if it's I don't like to be in them when they reverse split. Let's put it that way. But it is nice to buy them right after and watch them shoot up. So that is that ELAB. It's right there. You can tell it will shoot up after the reverse split. RGTI ran up yesterday, and then MDAI, VC. I mean, we just basically know all these bad boys. PSTX ran up there. And let me just take a quick look if anything else is going on that we should look at. This guy right here looks pretty nice to me. SMST, that's another short MSTR one, and that looks like it's about to go cruising up. So there you go. Obviously, um MicroStrategy's pulling back as Bitcoin is right now. So it'll change, that's for sure. We looked at this one the other day, TOI Oncology Institute. Uh, this one's getting set up, guys. Keep an eye on this bad boy. TOI. That looks really good right there. Let me see. It ran what today? It ran up 16 to 20 and it's back to 16, but it's setting up. Keep your eye on that bad boy. That one's going to get moving. How about that KWE? Because I know that ran up and pulled back there. And let's see what that did. I know it ran up on the 22nd, started to pull back. We'll keep an eye on this because this will move again. So we'll keep an eye on that KWE. Rivian, we know, is up. SMCI up some more, 38.50, but just keep your eye on it for some pullback there. And it is sitting right there. I mean, it's kind of flat. Actually, it might just pop up even higher, to be completely honest with you. So that's your SMCI looking really good with that. QUBT is pulling back a little bit. Watch out for that one. And Tesla is up $1.12. QBTS, all them computing ones are down a little bit. And obviously they probably are uh hardware with Bitcoin and stuff like that as well. So they're all pulling back at the moment with crypto pulling back, but the market looks pretty good. And there you go. I would tell you, Wall Street still hasn't got a handle on Trump, it says on these five news stories. The Dow futures are flat as traders assess new Trump tariff threats. Stocks claw back losses from Trump tariff threat. And there's more room for risk assess to rally and the Trump tariff threat jolts Canadian dollar. So the peso, the yuan, the yeah, all of them. So yeah, it's um, I guess Trump's tariffs are threatening people. They're all worried about Trump coming in and putting tariffs. Guess what? It'll help our country. We need it. We give everything away for free and we don't get anything back. And our country's in debt like $10 trillion more than we've ever seen before. So it's about time somebody with a bright mind can come in and stop giving the whole world away and just and take care of our American citizens like we should, because it seems like everybody else gets everything handed out to them except the people that actually were raised here and help the country and pay the taxes and make the country run. So it's a crazy mindset for what goes on, but we should see that get changed around. Again, I'll go through the laptop lowdowns in a little bit, and I'll actually, as a matter of fact, I'll do that and the rest of the laptop travel list from last night too, because there was a bunch of them. So I can just do a whole thing on them bad boys. So there you go. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Laptop Travel and Asian Jolie. Thank you for all your lists and everything. And Green Thumbs and W and Mike Drincalo, Quid, Jonathan, William. It looks like William, Bong Prechan and Sherry Keys, Buddy, Andre, Christian. Mad three money something butts or something. That's pretty funny. Scott, Kenny, Money Invest right there. Barbara and Sign Pro something. And there you go, everybody. Have a great day. Lock in those profits and trade smart. And I will be around. So let me know if you want to see anything else, if I missed anything. And I will definitely check it out. And I'll keep you updated with crypto, ELAB, and everything else. So there you go. So I will catch you guys later. And again, lock in those profits, trade smart. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.